Alexa, play George Strait, The Chair.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod.
What's up, everybody? This is The Quad with Chris Young. As always, I'm Chris. We have Haley the Bear.
Hello.
Producer Josh.
I'm going to finish my lunch sometime during this podcast.
Yeah, Josh just flew in. Dude, I totally get it.
I haven't ate since lunch yesterday.
I'll go when we do the music rundown about the month that I've had. And guest of the pod this week, since we don't have Ryan, Mr. Ty Graham.
Howdy, howdy.
Signed to my publishing company, Boss Moves, alongside Joshua Gleave.
The whole company's here. Is this a company retreat?
This is a company retreat. Yeah.
Retreat.
And you even brought food.
I brought food.
Yeah.
None for you guys.
Very, very happy to be here. Hopefully someone's looking up the poll right now since Ryan is not available. Haley.
Yeah, I got you.
We love polls. Polls are great.
We love
Where's
polls.
Ryan?
Polls are great.
Polls are
We had a great time in New York. Thank you guys again for making time to come up there while I was doing Good Morning America.
That was so much fun.
So do we want to, which one do we want to bring up first?
We'll get
Go-
to that.
go for it.
Just run them down.
All right. So the first, we did a live in the middle of the podcast poll just because, and the best food in New York was pizza by 54%, and then followed by street food with 20%.
You said
And
street food? Street meat.
I know, but he put it in there as street food.
Well, no wonder it didn't win.
They probably think it's just a bagel sitting on the ground.
Gyros, maybe?
All right. Fell on Ryan's part.
I bet Ryan picked the other thing, and he always does this because we let him have a modicum of control, and because he's not on the podcast this week, we can berate
And
him.
he's definitely not going to listen
And he
to it.
can't defend himself.
Not here.
No, we miss Ryan. We love him, so he's just really busy.
Yeah, and then with the hot take at the end of the podcast poll, it was, if you drink 2 5-hour energy drinks, do you have 5 hours of double energy or 10 hours of energy?
Ooh, 10 hours of energy.
Okay, so you had the same opinion that me and Josh had. And the winner was, with 80%, 5 hours of double energy.
See, but here's the problem with that.
No,
Yeah, I
but
don't-
that's not how it works.
The math's not mathing. I don't know.
If you take it all at once, it wears off faster.
Whether that's the case or not, the interval, the way that we measure this drink is by the hours, not by the amount of caffeine. So it's 5 plus 5. That's 10 hours.
That's what I think.
Like, what if you
I'm
had?
going with that.
Okay, so what if you had a 2-hour energy? Is that just two?
Okay, so your argument is if I'm supposed to take, let's put this in a medical perspective.
Are you a doctor?
Here comes
No, but I
Okay.
do know this for a fact. If they give you 3 pills that you're supposed to space out over 72 hours and you take them all at once, it is not as effective. You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying 5-hour energy is medicine?
I did not say that. Those are not the views of
If
me
you
or
are-
the
if you
Quad
have an
podcast.
ailment- Hello, America and the world. If you have an ailment that's bothering you, feeling restless at night, maybe some gout, or maybe you stub your toe, 5-hour energy.
Yeah.
As endorsed by
The
Chris
cure-all,
Young.
everyone knows.
I actually
I know.
did a commercial for them, so I don't think they would appreciate it if I said that or if I had meant that. Good job. Continue chewing into the microphone also while you're trying to make fun of me. Let's go to music.
Music.
I'm also not a scientist,
But
but one of the funniest things I've seen in a comment section in a long time is a good... Really?
Cue this great
shout out to the wonderful people at Deck Tie for making just a fried rice. I got mine chicken, mild, no green onions.
Is it fried rice or is it called just a fried?
It's called just a fried. Surprise.
I love that so much. That's so great.
Speaking of street food, they used to be a food cart over here in Music Row for forever, and then they built a brick and mortar off Nolensville.
Good for them. Good
They're
for them.
killing it.
That means you're making good food if you go from
Yeah.
food cart. And,
Best Thai in Nashville for sure.
all right.
Second best Thai.
I was gonna say
Second best
Thai.
Thai in Nashville.
There we go. All right.
Well, the best Thai in Nashville used to be in like basically a really, really cheap, like almost a little above a mobile home that's set in the parking lot next to LP Field where the Titans played.
Yeah, that place was awesome.
Yeah,
The Thai van?
and then no, it was a spot, but then
Thai Phuket? No,
yeah,
well, yeah.
Thai Phuket,
Thai Phuket,
and then
yeah.
There you go.
it burned down mysteriously.
Sure.
And they moved away and
Yeah.
collected the insurance.
We don't know that happened. These are not the views of the Quad podcast. That's the second time I've had to say it, and we're less than 7 minutes into this episode.
A lot of disclaimers.
Yeah.
Back to
so,
music.
Anyway, I said I'm not a scientist, but the funniest thing I've seen in comment section in a while, and this is not a funny situation, but the comment section was funny, as is with most of the internet, or just crazy or weird. But this guy was like, I guess getting hit by a chair thrown off a building by Morgan Wallen would be a good way to catch a bag. And somebody immediately went, yeah, a body bag. And the person underneath it was like, evidently you don't know how physics works. What? I don't know what's going on with him, but he threw a chair off of the 6th floor of a building
Jared Jordan off the balcony.
and is smiling in his photo, his mugshot. Anyone?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
This happened last night as we were recording this Monday, just after lunch, around lunchtime.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Deg Tie. And he was at the brand new grand opening of Chiefs, Eric Church's bar, downtown Nashville. And there's video of him chucking a chair and a chair almost hitting a bunch of police officers on the ground level.
Not TABC agents, actual
No.
police officers.
Yeah. Well, what bugs me is, of course, everyone's out there sticking up for him, like, oh, he drank too much and just threw a chair. It didn't hurt anyone. And I'm like, the same people that are saying that it didn't hit anyone are the same people that if it did hit someone would say someone should have stopped him. Someone should have prevented this. Him going and getting in trouble for this is one step towards stopping the behavior.
Hang on.
We should also clarify this is Morgan Wallen. I don't
Yeah.
think
Morgan
we
Wallen.
named who it was.
We've all had bad days, but you know.
That's
I've never thrown a chair
Never
off a
thrown a
building.
chair off a balcony.
I've been.
I
in jail.
used to in high school. I will tell you this.
I've been in jail for
I've
something
jumped
I
off a
didn't do.
I will tell you this.
I doubt you threw in high school drunk a chair off of the 6th floor of a building into a crowd of people below on Broadway.
I did not. However,
Just stop there.
However-
no, stop
however-
right there.
Let it-
Stop right
let it
there.
go, let it
I don't
go.
even want to hear the story because somebody's going to try to like earmark this as like you forgiving Morgan Wallen, and we're going to have to deal with that. It's no.
All I'm-
Don't do it. Don't do it.
class of
Don't do
2002,
it.
Oak
Josh,
Park High
Josh.
School. They know it's this one. I got it. I muted. No, that's Haley. I'm just kidding.
Muted Haley. Go ahead.
It was lunch table. It was lunch trays, and we threw them up on the roof. We did the opposite.
Okay, so
We went ground
vertical.
to air,
Yeah.
and we threw so many that they started to land on other lunch trays up there, and then we got caught because it shattered. It was, anyway,
This is what I deal with.
Kansas City.
But
Kansas
again,
City.
now
City.
now we're talking about grown adults.
Yeah, and we're talking. Look, it's obviously not a funny situation, and I don't personally want to see anybody have to go through the process of getting arrested, especially after I was arrested falsely. That being said, when you throw a chair off the 6th floor of a building into an area where there's a lot of foot traffic in Nashville, it's
There are
probably not a
consequences.
good
Police
idea.
officers,
Well, there should be consequences. We'll see. Anyway, moving on. There were consequences for someone else at one of my Texas concerts this
Throwing
weekend.
something else.
Yeah.
What is with people?
I don't know. Yeah, somebody yeeted a full beer from the crowd at me.
Not
And
just one.
Well, yeah, somebody threw one at Kevin too before that, which I didn't see, and evidently they got both of them. Also, shout out to everybody else in the crowd because they were absolutely amazing. It was one of the best shows I've had in a while. I was sort of limping to the finish line after. This has been the breakdown of the past month of my life. 10 days in Australia, California, after a 22-hour flight both ways. That's 44 altogether, just for people that can't math. Well, I said that to somebody the other day. They're like, "Oh, 12 hours to get to Australia in bed." I'm like, no. 22 one way, 22 the other way. This is one of my friends, and I was like, just look up flights to Australia real fast. Go ahead, bud. To California, back to Nashville, launched the album, guested on Hardy's album, sang on that, wrote 6 songs in this entire month period, flew back to California, threw my back out, played 3 shows, flew back to Nashville, flew up to New York, did Good Morning America. I will readily admit, because anyone that was listening to it, I had to play both of the songs down a half step. My voice was almost totally gone. But I was launching the album. I was talking about Young Lovin' Saturday Nights, and I was there, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to push through. Flew back here, saw a doc, got some medication, got my back fixed with a great chiropractor here in town, and I never believed in chiropractors until this guy
it's amazing.
fixed my back. Then got on the bus, went to Texas, played both of those shows, and came back, and here we are today. So it's been a lot for a month, but we had an amazing album launch, and I do want to reiterate how grateful I am to anyone listening to this that has streamed any of the songs from it, even looked at it. Thank you very, very, very much. And Young Lovin' Saturday Nights is still climbing the chart, doing really well. So all that being said, yeah, a guy threw a beer can at me. Now, for a brief moment in time, I was like, I think it was that guy in the hat. And I pointed at him and said, well, first of all, I said cuss words. So apologies to anybody that was there that doesn't like swearing. I normally don't
I brought
swear
my children,
into the
Chris.
microphone.
Well, this was a frat party, basically. So.
Yeah, I don't swear into the microphone often, but I was very angry. There were a lot of F words. And I looked down at the guy because there were a couple people pointing at him. I was like, was it you? And he went stone-faced, looked right at me and goes, shook his head no. And I'm like,
Really? Because I'm pretty sure.
okay. And then the security and everybody like jumps up to start trying to get whoever it was out, and everyone behind him is like, it was him.
We're not going to point out who it was,
Yeah,
but
but
it was
20
definitely
It was definitely this
Definitely
guy.
one,
And
yeah.
then, by the way, we have video where you can zoom in and actually see that it was him that chucked it.
Yeah.
And
It's like when people say something courtside at a basketball game. And
it's weird. It's almost like video would surface
Right.
that
Crazy
would
how
prove right or wrong what occurred.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm fired up at the beginning of this podcast, but anyway, the kid gets out of there, and the you can bleep this out if we need to, but the entire crowd warning for verbiage for like the next 10 seconds if you need to fast forward. 3, 2, 1. The entire crowd's like, asshole, asshole.
Full arm
whole crowd.
movement.
Doing the
Everyone,
chop.
Yeah, they were doing
Whole crowd.
they're doing the arrowhead chop. Let's go.
everyone
whole
there
crowd.
still wanted to have a good time, and they didn't want it ruined by these two.
People.
Punks.
Yes, I would have said a better term for it.
So I should have said fast forward 15 seconds because Josh was going to say.
We're
I can
good.
bleep
It's
it.
all
I know
good.
where it's at.
Okay, good. Anyway, it was actually a really good weekend. We had 2 really good shows, and I loved closing things out sort of because this month I knew was going to be really long going into it, and I probably overextended a little bit more than I should have just with how tired I was at the end. But that was a great way to close it out. And it's Chili Fest that's down there near College Station. And the people that were there, shout out to them. Everybody that runs that event, everyone other than those two dudes that were at that event were amazing. The crowd was great. The show was fun. And, yeah, man, getting to sort of finish the beginning of releasing this album in Texas is amazing. It was great.
Do you get some time off now?
Allegedly.
Couple weeks, right?
I was going to say I got up this morning and went to the chiropractor at like 8:30 and then went to the gym. We all went to the gym, actually, except
Yes.
you, because
Not
you were
all
on
of
a
us.
plane. You were on a plane.
I got my
You're-
butt kicked at the gym this morning.
Hey, Ty, you're showing up. That's all that matters.
Hey, you know, a little bit at a time, right?
Yeah.
By
the way,
little bit.
how was your weekend?
Weekend was great. We're on the final stretch of the Spring on the Outskirts tour with Sam.
Awesome.
And then we flew to Austin, Texas for the CMT Awards,
How was that?
which was fun. I mean, the most fun is just getting to see all your friends and run into a whole bunch of people that you haven't seen in a while.
Did you have some good street food in Austin?
So what you're telling me is you didn't have fun.
I did not have fun.
That is like the most
Here's the thing.
standard answer that any.
right.
Like, wait,
Hold on.
hang on. When you watch an artist give answers to things, if they give you like a really vague statement and they don't pinpoint something that they thought was cool,
I'm just working on my media training for when I'm an artist, man.
Okay.
I'm
It's
looking
fine.
down and to the left.
Go
All
ahead.
right, fine. You want insider baseball? I'll give you insider baseball. So the thing about award shows, almost, I'd say 90% of the time, is this thing called live to track, in which case the vocals are live, but the band is pre-recorded. That allows the stage crew to cycle through all sorts of bands throughout the whole night when you have a whole bunch of performers, but all the singers are live.
And somebody one time asked me, they're like, "Yeah, but the drummer's playing drums." I'm like, "Oh no.
No.
All
It's
all of
all
those
mesh heads and fake cymbals and
all of the cymbals are like plastic. They don't make any noise hardly at all.
So I mixed all of the track side of it already. I mixed it here in Nashville. Sent the stems ahead of time, like 2 weeks ago.
The stems are the actual
The
tracks.
individual,
Yeah,
so like the
individual
drums
breakdowns.
and the bass and the guitars and whatever. And there wasn't really much need for me to be there. This is the second time I'm there as like a safety, just in case they need an edit. Which they didn't. This is now the second
you
award
were
show,
there?
but I was there. So I'm just
basically,
standing
Josh
around backstage, and then I
Josh
run into
was there
people.
because he had to be there, not because.
Well, the hard
he
part
was
is I run into people, and then they're like, "Oh man, it's so good to see you. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing.
I'm not
I'm
doing
hanging out.
anything.
I'm hanging out." So yeah, it was fun. It was good to. I ran into some people. It was a lovely time had by all.
I believe it.
I got one day off. The tour ends. The tour ends this weekend, and then I get like 2 months off. So I'm excited for that.
Nice.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Nice. Yeah, that is really good. That's a lot of time.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Jeez,
I need
dude.
to. I need to get a habit or a hobby or
It's
something.
almost like you would like pick up like I don't know basketball or something.
Chair throwing, yeah.
Well, why don't that?
could go downtown and get a chair thrown on me. I don't know.
I obviously don't do music. I listen to it. That's about it. But we do have one more music. Why don't you introduce
We have
Ty
one more
of-
music.
Introduced.
What do we got? One more music.
We
My-
have
my
one more
brain is
music.
One
jumbled.
more unit of music here.
You heard it
unit
here
of
first,
music.
ladies and gentlemen. One more music.
I meant to say one more music person here.
We do. And I want to talk to you. That was the last thing I was going to get to. Ty, tell the people
Yes.
about yourself. Great guitar player, great singer, great writer.
Oh, thank you, man.
Happy to be friends with this guy, but go ahead and tell people what you got going.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, you signed me to your publishing company with last year, and I've been here for about 12 years. Originally from Texas, singer, songwriter, guitar player, Berklee College of Music dropout. Was a total good move. Looking
the
in
best move you
hindsight.
could have
yeah,
made, yeah.
exactly. Saved a lot of money and some a lot of debt.
That's
Yeah, man.
it's good that you qualified it with that because
Yeah.
it sounded like you were just.
Well, it's like, here's this piece of
Pooping
paper
on
that you
burp.
paid for it. It says you're a good guitar player. I was like, you know what? I think I can bypass that. So, total good move. But yeah, just been living here for a long time, loving it, singing and songwriting, meeting good people.
If you've been to a couple of my recent shows, I've pulled him out of the audience when he showed up and made him play.
That is true.
Moon Don't Hang as High, or is it? Or
Favorite
is it
yours,
just
yeah.
Moon Don't Hang?
I like that one better.
Moon Don't Hang as High.
yeah.
Moon Don't Hang. All right.
You don't want to give the whole.
You don't want to give
hook
all of
away,
it away.
right?
You don't want to
Yeah.
give all of it
Yeah.
away.
He's very versatile. He got the country and he's got a really good pop sound to you too. I like it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Do you have any updates, music wise?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
I thought you'd never.
I was
ask.
like,
Forgot
I don't
about
know
that.
if you know this. You do music.
I do a lot of stuff, Chris. I can't remember how to do all of it
Hey,
at once.
trust
All
me.
right.
Hey,
Same.
He musics too. So
We have one more unit
One
of
more
music to talk
One more
about.
metric unit of music.
Yes, I just finally. This has been a. It's been being an independent artist is tough sometimes.
Indeed.
For example, I've had this song that's been ready to mix since the beginning of November. I just now got a mix back on my third mix guy because hired one person. They redid their room over Christmas. They were down and out for 2 months. Went to the next guy. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I got to go to Brazil first and I'll come back. And then he was like, I'm a little busy.
I gotta go to Brazil first.
So, and I love these people. They're wonderful people. I'm not throwing shade. It's just been one of those like, man, every
single person
every
is
single
busy.
person I go to, just something falls through. So I finally got a mix back for a new song that'll come out probably 6 weeks after I get the final mix back.
Mix back.
So yeah, I'm excited.
What's it called?
It's called Get Over You. I write a lot of songs, Chris. I can't remember the names of all of them, all right?
You've been mixing this one for 3 months,
Yeah,
so
I could say.
I could see why you would have to. You went into
I
like the
wish it
mind
was 3
palace for a
months.
second to remember. Oh man. Let's do what are you listening to? We'll go right to left. So basically, pick a song you've been listening to recently, Ty, and we kind of put that into a little playlist for
Absolutely. I am really digging Steven Wilson Jr. right now, and
everybody. Yeah.
it is one of the best records I've heard in a while. And the song is called "Year to Be Young," 1994, and it is
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
it's I think it's the whole album's unreal, but that one especially.
Josh.
Pass.
So okay, now we're skipping Josh this week, evidently.
No, not. I just need come back to me.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, and this is selfish, but getting a chance to not only have my album out, but also be a part of the Hicks tape, Volume 3, which is the Diff tape. It's all Joe Diffie songs. If you go to track 16, that is In Another World, which is one of my absolute favorite Joe Diffie songs. And I got a chance to sing on it. And it was really cool because they had all of the raw vocals from Diffie.
Oh yeah.
So I got to hear like his raw vocals. And one of the coolest things with him was I'd gotten a chance to play shows with him where he was opening, and it just kind of screwed with my mind a little bit before he passed. And he actually reached out when I put out Raised on Country and said, thanks for the call out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was really cool because when I was driving back and forth from Tennessee to Texas, I constantly had a Joe Diffie CD in my car that was like the greatest hits. It was like 16 songs, and listened to that all the time. So really, really cool to be on that. Shout out to Hardy. He is the man. He's one of the nicest people I've ever been around. One of the most talented guys I've been around, and gotten a chance to write songs with him. Obviously, Fire, that's on my record on Young Love and Saturday Nights, was me and him. But just really, really cool experience to be a part of that. So thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
So big fan of Fletcher. She actually dropped her new album the same day you did, but going back and listening to it again, there's a lot of good songs, so I'm just going to pick one, and I'm just going to go with Lead Me On. It's a really good song. So.
Cool. I need to check that out.
I found what I was looking for.
What is it?
Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
Since it is
Just dropped.
hey, by the way, I know we've spent a lot of time on the music section, which probably some of you guys that listen, judging on the comments, are probably really going to enjoy this one. Because a lot of people nope, can't play that.
Nope.
I wasn't trying to do that.
Muted.
It's fine. We didn't play enough. Copyright strike. No. A lot of people will be like, I don't really do sports. I don't know what you're talking about half the
Like,
time.
can I just
when
hear
you're-
Chris Young talk about music?
Yeah, just talk more about music. So you got that this week, but.
One morsel extra, at least, of music.
One more.
It is
One more.
technically the day of the solar eclipse for a lot of the country. Now, I'm going to tell you right this second that it did not really get dark here at all. And it is overcast, but nothing really happened. The last time there was a solar eclipse, when the path of totality included Nashville, it was the weirdest thing of all time because it was a clear day and it went from day to night back to day, and it was like birds,
Where were you
no
guys at?
sound. I was right over here. I was riding with Red Akins. And we walked outside just to be like, we'll take a look, see what happens. And it went from birds chirping to nothing to darkness to like crickets and like insects.
Night sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
night
it was,
sounds.
It was wild.
Back to day and birds again. It was
Yeah.
so strange.
Ty, where were you?
I was in that little park behind over there. What street is Pancake Pantry on and all that stuff?
21st Hillsborough?
Yeah, 21st. There's a
Yeah,
little park over
Hillsborough.
there, and we
Hillsborough.
were there, and it was wild. It was a full eclipse. Just
I was driving on 24, like right after Murfreesboro, headed back to Nashville because I was in Daytona the whole week before. And people pulled off to the side of the road.
Yeah.
I rolled down my window to look at it. I was just like, let's see what's going on here.
directly at it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I still can't see
Do
anything.
not do that.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
not advise staring into the
High
solar
five,
eclipse.
Chris. Shh, back.
Yeah, He's like,
My man. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it really
like
was.
street lamps turned on all at once. It was bizarre. And it
that was before you lived here, wasn't it,
no, it's 27.
Haley?
No, I lived here because my dad actually was living with me at the time.
Did y'all like go out and
So this was back when I was still working with Losers, but Losers had a parking lot party. So we all got out into the parking lot and they all gave us the glasses and it was just a big party. And then the whole cicadas started singing and it was really, really, really cool. So it kind of stinks that we couldn't see it this year because it would have been a cool experience again. But at least we got to see it once.
By the way, I don't know exactly how bad it's gonna get, but she brought up something that is not music related.
Oh, they're coming, buddy.
Yeah, get ready.
It is the 7-year and the 13-year
Crossover.
Locusts all come out this
Remix.
year. So that's going to be very interesting.
I, for one,
Welcome our new overlords.
well, I mean, just
Super
like
psyched about
let's
it.
just like take a beat, and it's like Statue of Liberty got hit by lightning, New York had an earthquake, sun gets blocked out, and then the locusts come.
The end
Like
of
this
times
is
is near.
yeah. I mean,
I did not have
The
me
four
getting
horsemen.
falsely arrested, Morgan Wallen throwing a chair.
this is all in the Book of Revelation. I've read the Bible.
No.
It's here.
No, it is
There is
not.
a chair in the Book of Revelation.
Stop it.
In a balcony.
I don't like it. All right.
The four horsemen.
Morgan Wallen may not be in there, but I have to reread it. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while.
Oh. My grandfather's a Church of Christ
know if
elder.
the
He's not going to like
I did 2 years of seminary.
I know you did.
I'm just
You and I have had this conversation
Yeah.
before at length. Okay.
I'm
Moving on.
one credit hour away from having a doctorate in biblical studies,
And let's go to sports.
Sports!
which I will not be finishing anytime soon.
So where do we want to start?
I have a question.
Oh gosh.
Do we think Caitlyn Clark should take the $5 million and play in the Big Three league? Because I do.
You
I
do.
don't know.
I know what the salary is
Dave
in the
Portnoy.
WNBA,
Yeah.
and I think she should take it for a year and leverage it into more endorsements and just make that money.
I mean, Portnoy offered her $10 million to play on his intramural basketball team. So
I don't know
Double
if I believe
Double
that.
that. Oh,
I
no, he
don't know
did.
if I believe
That
that.
is something I would do if I had that kind of money.
it's
100%.
legit. He made the offer, so I'm taking.
All right, if that's a legit
Yeah.
offer, Dave Portnoy,
Yeah, take that.
I'd be like,
And just
you better
chill.
get ready to write that check.
Yeah.
Also, Dave, if you're listening, I will play on your team for way cheaper. I'm a good. It's like a stretch 4 or 5, good rebounder, good outside shot. Okay, continue.
All around.
Just needed to put it out there. My guy. I also love pizza. Think about it. No, I don't think that she should do that. I think that she should go to the WNBA.
Why?
This is the
Dude, she would think about this
bag.
because this is my only point. Before you make yours, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off because you
No, it's
obviously
okay.
have an idea
It's
in your
okay.
brain.
No, go for it.
My biggest thing is she would be the only woman in that league. It would be a chance to absolutely further increase her star status and leverage any endorsements. Anyone that's going to endorse her, they're going to make a big deal out of her holding the men and women's points record in the NCAA. Why not just, what is it? What do they say? Double down. Is that it? Is that, oh yeah.
Is
yeah.
that what they say?
Double down.
Who is they? You?
Time.
Are they you?
It's
I hear you. It is the best move for her to make money, but she has the opportunity to bring the most number of eyes to the WNBA.
That is true.
Period. This is her opportunity to take that league from where she's not going to get paid very well, probably not even as good as she was in college, and bring more visibility to the league, bring more talent to the league, bring more fans to the league, which is going to turn into more endorsements, more ticket sales, revenues going up, people giving a crap about it.
well, there is no revenue right now.
I mean,
The WNBA is subsidized by the NBA.
I understand.
There's been multiple articles on
Yeah.
that. I don't feel like I'm speaking out of turn, am I?
no, I mean, it's not no revenue, but it's not cash flow positive if you want to look at it that way. But
That means no revenue.
it's still revenue. I've watched Shark Tank just because they're not cash flow. Yeah.
It is all right. Let's put it this way: there is gross money coming in, but there's no net.
Right.
In fact, they're net negative.
Sure. Yeah. They are not cash flow positive. That's what I said.
Yes.
Okay.
I
They still
guess-
make money. It's just they don't make money. You know what I mean?
Take the Barstool money and
Tickets
play
are not free.
in the
Concessions
NBA.
are not free. Like these things cost money. They make money. It's just they don't.
Oh
make
no, the buildings are for sure making money.
Yeah. She has an opportunity to continue to increase the visibility into women's sports, especially with women's basketball. And I think that is a way more noble and way more important thing for what she is capable of doing.
What I was going to say is I guess it's how she wants to see herself. Does she want to start her lifelong career now, or does she still want to take that last bit before going to the next step and play in the three? And yes, not just money wise, but this is like your lifelong career. You know you have it in you to do it, but do you want to wait before you reach that next level and enjoy the last bit of basically before you become a full-blown adult and be, I guess, the responsibility of a WNBA player?
I don't even think Sabrina, who is a friend of the podcast and an amazing player, I mean, I don't think you could. I love the random dude that's like, I'll put any high school boys basketball team up. I'm like,
Nice try.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't even think she had some of the offers outside of the extra money, the endorsement money that Caitlyn Clark has. And I'm just saying, those don't exist forever. She's hot right now. You strike while the iron is hot. I think she has an opportunity to do that. Now, if she chose to just go straight to the WNBA, it was like, I'm not going to do that. I would also completely understand and respect it. I'm just saying it's interesting because she's in a position that I don't think we've seen from any other female player coming out of college.
Sure, but you're talking about, like, let's say she goes to the big three, takes the $5 million. Let's say it goes not great because she's playing against dudes that are twice her height. Then all of a sudden, her stock is the lowest it's ever been. Endorsements don't care, and everything moves on. Whereas if she goes to the WNBA, she can be part of a sea change that's happening in women's sports. I just think
that's a fair point.
I think that it's a one-time cash out versus like getting to build something. And I think that she is the most marketable WNBA player we've had in a long time. She has the most
since Sabrina.
Since Sabrina, for sure. And I think that she has more juice than Sabrina did. And we love Sabrina. We love you. We love you, our girl. Also, that new colorway of that shoe, size 13. Hey.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Those green ones, those are fire.
I think she's got more juice and then immediately pivots into, hey, give me some shoes.
No, I'm just, I'll pay for them. Just let me know. Let me know. I'd wear them. Those are fire. But I do. I mean, Tim McGraw's wearing a Caitlyn Clark jersey on stage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's my point.
That's the level that I'm speaking to.
But that doesn't last forever.
No, but it'll continue at least her first season.
And someone will go, well, look at this person and look at that person and look at this person. Understood. George Strait in country music is an anomaly, not the norm.
Right. Well, and I just, we just saw the women's final have way better ratings than any of the men's games. Like something's shifting a little bit. The quality of play was better.
Here's my thing. Do you think anyone outside of diehard South Carolina fans actually tuned in to watch South Carolina? Or do you think they tuned in because there was a name that they knew and recognized that had been all over the internet, which was Caitlyn Clark?
I think whether you think she's a hero or the villain, I think they were all coming to watch. And
they were watching Caitlyn Clark.
And that's whatever you want it to be. You know what I mean?
They were like immediately after they beat LSU. Was it Angel Reese? Mm-hmm. The one that's on LSU. They immediately had video mashups of her like being in her face last year, and then Caitlyn Clark just dagger threeing them into oblivion.
Yep. Yeah.
And yes, I know the games were close, but they could not stop her in that game. No. And I think that was a revenge game for her. I think that's a big part of it. I think she may have exhausted her gas tank a little bit.
Well, and not just Caitlyn, but Angel, like Paige Beckner's, like all of these people that might be going to the league all together with this class. Like
it's definitely going to draw attention, like you said. It's more attention.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that we've talked about that, who do we think is going to win?
The male?
Mm-hmm.
Purdue! Come on, give me Purdue! Give me Purdue! I
Haley
need a
wants Purdue so
win.
bad.
I am sitting at number 4 right now, and that means I will beat the boys and possibly
Not
even
if you don't win the whole thing. You have to win the whole thing. Otherwise, you didn't win.
What?
Yeah, we've instituted a new rule this year that Haley was not aware of.
Just because you did better than me doesn't mean you won the thing. You have to win the thing. You have to win the thing.
Every year we talk about who wins out of all of us 4.
Oh, man.
We win the championship. Not
You're going against 8 or 10 people, not 200.
Who won this year? I can't remember.
Oh, was that?
This is ridiculous.
I don't care.
Sorry. If
who was in the championship game this year? Oh,
hey,
weird.
If Purdue wins, then I have a very good chance at winning the whole thing. It all will come down to the amount of points that you picked, like the tiebreaker.
It could.
So again,
the tiebreaker.
Ty, who do you have winning?
And I don't care what you guys want to establish. If I win I beat you boys finally, so take it.
If you win the whole thing, yes,
Yes.
you won
Oh
one
my
thing,
God.
but
Is this a
it's
recent
definitely
rule
not
change,
fantasy
or is
football,
this-
which you will never win.
I will
You'll
win.
never
I
win.
will win fantasy football.
Nope.
You wait and see.
catch
Yeah.
me.
You wait and see.
Is this a recent rule change for you guys?
Yeah,
Or is
they're
this-
doing this just
No,
or is
because.
it
Haley-
canon in the
Haley last week tried to institute this like prima nocta situation in which if she just finishes ahead of the rest of us, she wins.
That's because
And
every year on
that
the
seems
podcast.
like a very hand-tailored.
Haley, every year on the podcast, one of the four of us has won the fantasy football championship.
Okay, but when we do the bracket, we always talk about who won out of the four of us.
Yeah, but none of us really won. You know what I mean?
You're just mad because it might be me.
It's not really winning if you get like
Oh
18th place. You know what I mean?
Hypocritical.
Anyway, on
I think so now, unfortunately.
on that point, let's go UConn. Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go!
No. Boo.
Ty, who do you have?
You know what? I'll jump on Haley's bandwagon. You know what? Honestly, I'm more of a baseball guy, so anything outside the Texas Rangers or the Longhorns or the Cowboys is a little foreign to me. But I will back Haley up on this one and say Purdue.
Thank you.
Okay, because here's the thing: if UConn wins, technically, I have the most points out of everybody on the podcast.
Here it is.
Look at that. Isn't that exactly how
UConn?
this is supposed to go down?
I don't have a husky, but I do have a very large dog.
What if
I believe in you.
if UConn wins?
I will get a husky.
No. We
you don't
we
want
just
one.
we sponsor Nashville Humane Society for a husky.
If UConn wins, I will sponsor the National Humane Society.
I can't even be mad at that because I'm like, yes, support the animals.
You sure you want to win now, Haley?
Yeah.
Are you sure you like Purdue?
You still on the Purdue
I
train?
quit. This isn't even fair.
Do they have any Boilermakers you can sponsor over there?
This is rude.
Oh, okay. Last question.
Nailed it.
Stuck the dismount. See now,
Nailed it.
$1,000.
Not fair.
National Humane Society.
Yeah.
Let's go UConn. You know that means I'm putting money on
Oh,
UConn.
absolutely. Yeah.
It does.
Hammer down on that.
You're also
That's
going
what
to-
I'm going to
You're going
donate.
to put money down to then also donate money on
Also,
down.
if you do have a gambling problem,
1-800-BETS-OFF.
there it is. That's the national hotline.
Call if you need help
We always say that just because.
for legal purposes.
Yeah. Do you think that because there's sort of been this, it felt for a long time like everybody was like The Rock for president and Dwayne Johnson is the best and he's amazing and he's in all these movies and he's doing all this stuff and he's got Terramana tequila. They build you up only to let you fall, and sort of like the video with him and Oprah, and now he's like back in the WWE, but it's not like as cool as that moment was. It feels like people have started to want to hate on him more,
I think
and I
it's-
don't know if that's a part of it, which I feel is sort of unfair in a lot of ways. But, and I say but to lead to this point, do you think he missed the window with trying to combine the USFL and the XFL? Because I have not heard hardly anyone talking about the league
Yeah.
this year.
obviously, like
No new updates at all.
we were super into the XFL when it first started, right?
The
Like,
beer snake and
Battle
like,
Hawks,
come
let's go.
on,
That was
man.
come on, man. It's the best.
It was great.
But now we were watching one of the games, and there was 20 people in a full stadium. Like that was it, which sucks because we actually have a friend that plays
Yeah.
on the XFL, and I would love to go see him. But
It's
also,
the UFL now, right?
or I'm sorry, yeah, whatever. US.
United Football League.
Could we walk onto a team?
I feel like we could.
No, and I'm going to tell. Look, all right. So anyone that
But
ever
could we?
I still
hang
want to
on,
bet.
anyone that ever thinks this, these are the guys that I work out with. One of the guys that has been on NFL teams and could not get an NFL team to pick him up before the season, and he may end up on a team midseason, is playing in that league. I've seen the amount of weight that man can pick up. He is my height. I guarantee you he runs faster, hits harder. You ain't doing it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Die.
You ain't. I see.
Surprises me.
But anyways,
I think you'd be surprised.
I miss
Quite the compliment, man. Thank you.
I miss the hype. I miss the chugging the Bud Lights on the sideline. Like, it's supposed to be the fun thing, but now there was literally no. I don't know if it was just specifically where this game was being hosted for that team, or if other teams are doing better. But I was like, where's the beer snakes? Where's this? I want all of that excitement back.
Yeah, some
Do you
beer
know?
league
Do you know
antics.
who's undefeated in that league? Off the top of your head,
Can you name more than 3 teams on that league?
I
can't name
can.
one.
I can, but that's because I'm a nerd about watching anything sports, and I was on the bus and I didn't have
it
any
is.
cell service.
There it is.
San Antonio.
Great.
San Antonio and Memphis were playing each other in Tennessee the other day. They were both
Aren't
1-0.
they only 2 games in?
Yeah, but San Antonio's undefeated.
And
What if they got Victor Wembanyama to then also play? Just throw it over the top. Just,
Way over the top.
but
Somebody's gonna like defense an awful lot if they're not a fan of the Spurs.
just a little like a Bo
Wait.
Jackson situation. You know what I
Make
mean?
him go over
Yeah.
the middle.
I think
Yes, what
Yikes.
happens?
in the bigger picture, what I really dislike is the new kickoff rule.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a
Not-
huge
not a
fan of
fan.
that. And the NFL, if you guys haven't looked it up, look it up. It's very confusing.
They've got a couple new rules, yeah.
Well, the tackle rule is going to be a problem.
Big time.
That's going to be a huge problem. What's it called verbatim?
Hip drop.
Hip drop. So if you drop your hips to tackle someone, it's illegal now.
Even though it makes no sense. Pretty soon they're going to
didn't
start
even know
running
that was a
around
thing.
with pillows around their body.
Yeah.
And
It's going to be flag football in 10 years.
I don't know. Look at the turf that you guys have been trying to force everyone to use. Maybe that's the problem. Stop blaming the players and the way that the game is.
Maybe the answer is giving them lots of steroids.
Just juice them up to the back.
And I've been on
To the-
this.
to the
I've been
gills.
on this corner tie for the last 4
you
years.
and Daniel
I
Tosh.
am-
Me and Daniel Tosh. I'm just load them up, let them hit each other
Yes.
at 100 miles an hour,
I'm here for that.
and then let them use all the HGH to recover.
Yeah.
This is the sport that I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And baseball.
And
I want to see him hitting them into the parking lot.
no question.
Like just
A
going,
600-foot home run. That's what I want.
not going yard, just parking lot.
Do you remember?
I'm going
Do you guys?
live.
I mean, just remember for a second.
These
remember
views
1998. All right.
These views are not
FDA approved?
by all of the members of the Quad Podcast or the Quad Post
Brought to you
at
by
large.
Degchai. Here's the thing. So, baseball was at its best
Yes.
when Sosa, McGuire, Canseco,
Bonds.
A-Rod,
Oh, yeah.
everyone was juiced, man. It was so much fun.
Where's your steroid shirt?
They kept, I know it's at home. They kept a tally on the screen in real time in case someone hit a dinger mid-game.
Yeah.
Baseball was never as fun. You add that
Sosa
to
was
the pitch.
also corking his bat. The
No
entire
question.
time.
No question.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. When it broke on national television, like, yeah, that's cork.
You add that to the pitch clock.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is fun now.
This is fun.
I'm here for it.
I also
die on that hill.
would like to pivot from that to something
More
else in
steroids.
baseball. Shohei Ohtani.
More steroids for him.
And just let them bet on each other, too.
I did. Oh my God.
He was his
Did you
interpreter.
see?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's what Pete Rose said. He said, man, I wish I had an interpreter.
We brought that up where
Free Pete Rose.
in New York. Now Shohei Ohtani hits a home run, and evidently they take the couple that caught the ball. Shohei's already getting his name drugged for all this mess, right? Mm-hmm. They take the couple that got the ball, they remove them. They're like, we're not going to give up the ball. We're going to sell it because we can make like 100. Because I think it was his first home run.
As a Dodger.
Yeah, as a Dodger. So they're like, we're going to keep this ball. And they're like, well, we want the ball. And so they separate the couple into like different rooms with
Interrogation.
security start like interrogating him, trying to get him to give the ball up.
That's exactly what happened in Making a Murderer too. I saw that.
What the hell?
Since when are they just going to start collecting balls now?
They want. There's a joke somewhere in there that we're going to avoid.
Really?
Yeah,
all 12.
Yeah, it's like the whole point that you were the lucky one to catch.
You got it.
You
You get
got
to do
it.
with
That's
it what you
serious.
want.
Did they end up getting the ball?
The Dodgers ended up getting it. They threatened to like ban this
Ban
couple
them from games.
from games.
Oh, I'll take that.
So I didn't know if that part was true. That was true.
That is what I read. I'm not substantiating it one way or the other. I'm not a reporter, however.
Wow, that's so crappy.
I'd be like, oh,
No.
I'm watching TV
Super
games now.
crappy.
Oh, crappy. Yeah.
So you think that they should? Do you think they should have kept the ball?
Of course. I got a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
I,
question.
dude, first of all, I'm not letting security split. If I'm there with
No,
the four of us,
I'd call the
Yeah.
cops.
Not
Be
a
like,
Not
chance.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, call the police.
No.
That's intimidation.
As someone that said, "Hey, come over here and talk to me for a second." When I didn't do anything, I got shoved into a bar and then they cuffed me and
Glad
took me to
every
jail
sentence.
for no reason, and then immediately had the charges dropped. Yes, I will continue to repeat it because the TABC did that. That is their fault, not mine. That's why I made T-shirts that you can find on my website. Have my mugshot
Those are
on.
the best.
Again, I think the worst part of that was I was forced to watch sci-fi for 4 hours on repeat.
Don't lie. You love sci-fi.
loved it.
I do, but there was no sound. It was just the subtitles.
That's even more fun. You get to make up your own sounds in your head.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. We devolved on that one. We were having too much
Rabbit
fun.
hole.
But yeah, I just think if that's what happened, that's inappropriate at a ball game.
100%.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
It's your ball.
You didn't commit a crime.
you got it.
got a ball.
You paid the $90
Right.
to park.
Right.
It wasn't even Shohei Ohtani's ball. It was the pitcher's ball.
Right,
He
yeah.
threw it.
You paid $90 to park at Dodger Stadium.
It's just
you
not,
paid
it's not the look for Shohei Ohtani right now.
$17 for a Dodger dog.
Yeah.
And I've talked about how much I like him.
Yeah.
And that's not the right look. When you're already dealing with other drama, don't double down.
But
Don't double down. then.
Don't double down.
But that's not on Ohtani. That's on the
That's
Dodgers.
the Dodgers, but
Yeah.
they're making it worse.
They need a good PR person. You know what, LA? I'm available. I've got
Josh
a few
is going to
months.
have 18 more
pitch.
jobs by the time this
I have the
podcast
next
is
2
over.
months off. If you'd like some counsel on this, we can set up a situation.
LinkedIn.
Reach out to me via the podcast. I'll get back to you.
Hey, bartender, get us there fast. Yep.
Hell yeah. Do the right thing.
Well, we were going to go to movies. Hit the button because movies. We're actually skipping the movie section this week for the first time.
Whoops.
And the reason that we are is because Ryan's not here and Ty did not know. Obviously,
movie was?
that he
What
would.
are you
No.
talking
That you were
Ty's
supposed to
never
watch
seen a movie before, so
Yes. Yeah.
So again, I apologize, guys. It's been crazy, but we're gonna push Arthur the King till next week. But since we are in the movie section, we do need to talk about something. Ty, I'm gonna ask you a question. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
I'm such a cinema freak. I can't name one. It's like, what's your favorite song?
Okay.
One of them.
Yeah,
would be
just pick
one of
one.
our favorite, A Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks is one of the best writers, comedians of all time. So I'll pick that for now.
Give me a couple more because I'm always intrigued to see what movies people
in
like.
no order because it's
Okay.
impossible to rank
All
them.
right.
Give us like top four.
Here's one you wouldn't
Yeah.
suspect. Garden State. Love that movie.
Really?
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, that does surprise me.
It's a great watch. Soundtrack is amazing for that movie. Mm-hmm. That's just always been one that's kind of stuck out to me. Love that movie. Garden State.
Give me one more serious one.
Airplane.
That's
All
as
right,
serious as it gets.
I actually kind of like that. That's where you went. If you haven't ever heard of Airplane, watch it. But
There's no way our demographic hasn't heard of Airplane.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't watch movies, man.
Come on.
There's a lot of people that don't watch movies. And you'd be surprised the number of people that have said, "Hey, I found this movie because you guys said to watch it," which is really, really cool.
No kidding.
Guy Terrifico is one that no one knows about, and that movie is hilarious.
It is
When did I
hilarious.
actually do that? What, like a couple years ago?
I've seen it.
The Life and
it
Hard
is-
Times of Guy Terrifico. If you can find that anywhere, which you probably can't, it's hilarious. It's about a fake country singer from Canada who is just crazy, who would probably throw a chair off a balcony. But it's a mockumentary, and it is a must-see for anyone who is a songwriter, singer, or in any way loves country music. It is hilarious.
Okay. Oh,
Bless you.
you all right?
Sorry.
I actually have it on a hard drive and a DVD. The last DVD, probably.
Sounds like someone pirated some movies.
No. Let's not go there.
He has the DVD.
I
so,
purchased the last DVD.
How is it on the hard drive? That's weird.
well, because he.
Because I'm very tech savvy. I wanted to save a digital file in case the DVD
So
got
that's
scratched.
back when older people were younger, they would take these things called discs.
What's a
Sometimes they
disc?
were CDs. Sometimes they were Blu-ray. Sometimes they were
Laser disc.
DVD. Sometimes they were Betamax. They would take them, they put them into their computer, and they would hit a button, and it would take hours to download a film into the computer, and then it would be there forever. Also,
It's in the computer.
anyone heard
Files
about
are
the?
in the computer.
Did anyone hear about the guy that like evidently unlocked how to use our pre-existing internet cabling to run like 100,000 times faster?
No.
There's an article on
Explain.
the internet about it. He basically figured out how to get with the pre-existing cables.
Like physical cable.
Yeah.
Like, yes, all the
Yeah.
internet cables that run across America, not just like Google Fiber or
Yeah.
anything like that. He figured out a way to make it run like 100. I forget what the number was, but it was like so fast. It would be like if you had a 2 terabyte drive, you could just click a button, it would download in like a minute.
Whatever keeps me from having to deal with
So
Comcast.
2 terabytes a minute.
So on top of everything else being
Let's not bring math into this.
on top of everything being more expensive, the internet bill's about to go up. Great.
But speed.
You just get everything.
It's like the internet on steroids.
All right, let's go to the hot take.
Hot take!
Okay. So this is how we're going to do this. What second movie, not in a trilogy or longer, just because someone then brought up, can you go to like movies that have 5 films and pick the second one? But what second movie, not in a trilogy or longer, is better than the first one?
Okay, I'm having a problem figuring this out because every time I'm looking, I'm like looking through these lists of movies. Every single one they're giving me is part of a whole franchise.
Better look harder.
Well.
There's
There's plenty.
There's plenty of movies that have a second movie. One of them that I think the second one is not as good would be Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah.
But you need to make the
I
point.
love both of them.
Sure. But you're
but-
making the point for the best one, right?
Yeah, you're making the point for the best
All right,
one
so-
in the run of those 2 movies being the second one.
All right, so what is it?
I get to go first since this was my idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with a classic from my childhood. And yes, I called it a classic. You want to talk about music?
God damn it.
It's got music.
I knew this is where you're going.
No, I don't think you do. I think this one's going to surprise everybody. Sister Act 2.
This is exactly where I thought you were going.
He read it.
Sister Act 2. That movie has some of the best vocal performance in it of all time.
And
I said
That is.
And Lauryn Hill before she lost her marbles.
Right.
I didn't say that part.
So I did.
I'm backing it up.
When he's singing
Is it Omarion?
When Jesus walks.
When Jesus walks, when my sweet Jesus walks. It's great. It's a great choice.
When Jesus. No one can sing that note. I'm telling you, not one of us at this table can sing the note as high as he sings in that.
We're going to try after. Not full voice. I can't.
And
do
by
it
the
like
way,
that.
it's it's washed, not walked.
Yeah, whatever.
Wash my sins away.
Yeah, he walked my sins away. Jesus walked. Kanye West.
You made me second guess
What's
myself.
what's your Jesus walked is a song too.
It is a
okay,
song, yeah.
They all songs matter. I knew you were going to choose that one because I looked at it and I was. No,
You
that's
cannot
fine.
say that.
Yes, I can.
You cannot say that.
I can say all songs matter.
No. 3, 2, 1.
What is wrong with that?
Yeah. What is wrong with
No,
They do.
no,
You
that is
no.
staying.
Everyone.
No.
That has no political or any sort of anything.
Implications. No.
that? Yeah, I don't think that's wrong at all.
Let him talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're back in 3, 2, 1. Caca! I hate that you picked that one because I love that one.
Was that going to be your pick?
Yes, it was. So I'm going.
Finally!
I'm going
It's
to.
normally the other way around.
So I will go to my second choice. Gosh, dang it! I thought you were gonna.
really-
I thought you were gonna do this one, and I had Sister Act just locked and loaded. Wayne's World 2 is far better
yeah.
than Wayne's World 1.
Good
Not
movie.
far better. It is better though. It's better.
It's better.
It's better.
Significantly.
Nice.
I would agree. I would go. I was going to do a different one earlier, but I'm a Tarantino fan. I love that. But Avatar 1 was way better than Avatar 2.
No. You got to go with which second movie
Oh,
is better than
which
the
second
first
movie's
one.
better?
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Yeah. We would. Wait, by the way,
we-
before anyone
I'm
argues
dying on
this,
this hill.
3 does not exist.
It does not exist.
There are 2 movies named Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin in them.
And the second one is better.
Yeah. Okay. Lost in New
I'm
York.
going with that.
Okay. I like that one.
There is a Home Alone franchise that
Yes.
exists
we-
by your own rules. Home
do
Alone,
not-
Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3, Home Alone 4, Home Alone The Holiday Heist, Home Sweet Home Alone. Oh, see more. Let me just zoom some. That's
Sweet
just
Home
it.
Alone,
That's
Alabama.
it.
Dude, all right. And how many have Macaulay Culkin in them?
You
Two.
said
There's
how many?
2.
How many Avengers have Spider-Man in them? Exactly. It doesn't matter. It is part of a franchise. It cannot be.
No, that's
Nah.
not. No.
It's
There
a franchise.
are only 2 as far as we're concerned.
I mean,
You can
technically.
choose whatever. Okay. There's only 2 Matrix movies. I decided that just now. The third one's terrible. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay,
I agree
fine,
with you.
fine. I strike it from the record. Ty, you have to pick something else because Josh is going to whine about it.
I'm not whining. I'm using. No.
I'm struggling over here.
You can go ahead and take that one back.
Okay.
I am using the rules that you have laid out upon your own hot take.
Okay.
Okay, then I will go with Kill Bill Part 2 is better than 1.
All right.
I agree with that. I agree with that statement.
Okay.
And it really is.
That's
The first one's great. Okay.
Part 2's
I'm
awesome,
not
though.
taking anything away from the first
Set the scene.
one. That is exactly
You know,
what it
it's a
did.
set- it's a great
it got
setup.
you interested.
Yeah.
It was really good, but the second one was great.
Yeah.
This is a struggle because every time I think of a movie, I find out that 4 years later there was another one, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know that one existed. So I'm going to go with a comedy that I loved, and the second one, the first one was great. The second one was even better, and that's 22 Jump Street.
Wow.
21st Jump Street.
21
We're
done.
good. 21 Jump Street.
All right,
Jump Street.
I 22 Jump Street. You're right. So I will say this: that movie, the "My name is Jeff" line, and then the part where he realizes that Jonah Hill's character has been hooking up with the captain's daughter, and he's like looking between him and looking at the photo, and he goes, "No way!" And he's like, he freaks out. Like Channing Tatum crushed it in that movie. I think he actually, and I know it's sort of weird when you watch that because Channing Tatum is supposed to be sort of the comic relief as opposed to Jonah Hill, who was normally the comic relief in a lot of movies. And he's sort of playing the straight man to his comic relief. I loved that movie. I did think that was a really good movie. So the 4 movies you had to pick from are 22 Jump Street, Kill Bill 2,
Wayne's World 2.
Wayne's World 2, And the winner, obviously, Sister Act 2. As always, you guys, thank you for listening to The Quad with Chris Young. I'm Chris, from myself, Haley, Josh, and my buddy Ty Graham down there. And, come around the camera, Monsell. He's here today.
Yeah.